So another name that keeps popping up, Brad Marchand. And I just want to flat out ask the question.
It's a fit for 32 teams.
Fit for 32 teams.
Boston.
He's 37.
Yeah.
And the goal here, and he's open about it, and no one blames him. Like if Mitch Marner goes and maximizes the bag, everybody's going to be like, money grubbing. If Brad Marchand does it, people are like, well, he did take a discount his entire career.
He has never cashed in on being Brad Marchand.
So now he's going to.
Ever.
And it looks like it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 3 years, $24 million. That's what we think.
It's a crazy amount. You better be already an Uber Cup contender.
The Leafs, a lot of Leaf fans want this guy. Jesse, Steve, would you be comfortable signing Brad Marchand to 3 years at $8 million per?
How?
Yeah, I don't understand how they can do it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, the Leafs do have a lot of space, and people are going to yell and scream. Well, that's how. Yeah, okay, you have a lot of space. You also have a lot of holes, and expensive ones.
Yeah, but he's left side help, is he not? First line left side help next to Matthews?
Yes, so he
fills a PK void?
He makes sense in some regards. Absolutely. You have to replace your second line center, which is really difficult, and that's going to cost a lot of money. Okay. Then you got to sign Matthew Nyes.
Well, they're doing that.
They're doing that, but it's going to cost a lot of money. Remember last summer, I was like, okay, I don't think anyone's realizing the problem on the horizon here. Number one, they finished third in their division with a 69 goal scorer. What if he scores less than 69? Wow. He scored 30 less than that, actually. Or maybe even more less than that. It was a big problem. But the other problem was they, at the beginning of last year, had an almost identical forward group to the year before, minus Tyler Bertuzzi, and it cost more money. Nylander got his gigantic friggin' raise. Matthews got a substantial raise. Domi got a substantial raise. Bertuzzi wasn't there.
Well, Domi went from 3 to 375.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't substantial. You're right. But he did get a raise.
Yeah.
Right? The problem was you were coming back with the same thing. In fact, less than the same thing for more.
Mm-hmm.
That was the problem. You have to come back either looking completely different or more efficient. And Marchand at $8 million isn't more efficient. Now, very important. The Leafs culture stinks. And there is no bigger
Does it stink?
culture player. Yes, it does.
It stinks?
Yeah.
Okay.
What other team is talking about changing their DNA?
Lots of teams. And I think the reason that we talk about it more is because, it's not the real NHL here.
But
people care.
Their problems are we need to hit more or we need to
Dallas
score
wants
more.
to change their DNA. Trading a 25-year-old 40-goal scorer, that's a DNA shift.
Well, we got to score more. We got to keep pucks out of our net. We got to get a little tougher. The Leafs' DNA restructuring is you're choking bottle merchants. That's their problem. Who is the complete antithesis of that? Bradley Marchand. If he becomes a Leaf, I'm calling him Bradley. Oh, it's an interesting prospect. It's just it reeks of early 2000s Leafs. Like, oh man,
well,
can you believe
those
we
teams
got...
at least went to the second and third round.
I know.
Oh man, wow, well, that's.
I know it would be killer, but like, oh man, can you believe we got the dregs of Owen Nolan and the dregs of Ron Francis? Literally the last 12 regular season games of his career, and we went out. We got Phil Housley, and we got the ghost of Doug Gilmour,
Brian Leach, who was
the one that got away. One they
Brian
got
Leach
him. They got him for 2 years.
I know.
You know what he did in the second year? He didn't play a single game because of the lockout. Son of a gun. Listen, I won't lie to you. It is somewhat tempting. But at $8 million.
Jesse, what do you think?
He's playing well.
Is that $8 million worth it, especially with the cap exploding over the next couple of years?
Yeah, so I'm just on Puckpedia right now. I'm just building
We're getting an emphatic head nod from Justin Fisher.
He says worth it.
For Marchand?
I want Marchand to teach Nyes his tricks. That's all I want to say. That's worth it to me alone.
So
Teach Nyes how to do this. But anyway, Jesse, go ahead.
This is the Leafs roster, Maddie, if you want to bring it up. They have $5.2 million left. This is their team with Matt Nyes at $8 million.
Okay, well, he's not making that.
What did you want it to be?
Not 8. Well, whatever. Sorry, continue.
Okay. John Tavares at 4.5, Brad Marchand at 8. So this is their roster with 4.5 left. Are we happy with that?
Jesse, I am blind. I need you to recite the roster.
Nice. Matthews, Willie.
Okay.
Marchand, Tavares, Yarncroke. McMahon, Domi, Lawton. Kampf, Rees. So
I tell you what.
Well, Reeves is going to be a Marley.
And you can switch out whatever you want there for Easton Cowan or whoever else. But Jake McCabe, Chris Tanev, Riley, Carlo, Benoit, OEL on the back end, Stollers, and Wall and net. And that's $5.2 million left.
Yeah, you find a way to send Kampf, Reeves, and Yarncroke to the moon. There's something there. It's interesting because you're going to go from this redonkulous right side to Yarncroke on your second line. There's something there. There's something there.
This is essentially your roster with Brad Marchand signed and some holes to plug.
Are we looking at the wrong Panther? Because this morning, Greg Wyshynski was talking to Jeff Merrick, and he said he thinks Aaron Ekblad's going to free agency. And that is something the Leafs desperately need, is another puck-moving defenseman back there. Do you double down on what you're good at? And maybe you don't get Brad Marchand, but you get Aaron Ekblad. You probably have to trade off the roster at that point. Simon Benoit as your seventh defenseman sounds great. But, the other thing is that's a lot of money back there.
Tanev, Carlo.
My instant thing is trade Riley, but he's not going to get traded, apparently.
You can't afford it. You can't afford it.
Okay.
Yeah. You just, there are certain places where you have to spend money, and the Leafs don't have to. That's a want, not a need.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, you know what? Why stop there? Let's get Pietrangelo.
No.
Let's get McCarr.
I'm serious. Do you think, let's say you get Ekblad and you trade an OEL who's got a good value deal. How does that change? Although I love OEL.
I don't think this makes a lot of sense.
No? You don't think that?
This is like the New Jersey Marner conversation.
It's worth asking.
Yeah, totally. But they got 6 defensemen that I think are decent.
Yeah, you don't.
They performed in the playoffs. I think they're okay.
It's not a problem that you need to address. You have more pressing matters. Right? 100%. It's like, oh man, what are the Leafs going to do in goal?
Because Ekblad
nothing.
He doesn't come for free. He comes at a cost, and I think that cost needs to be divided amongst the forward group.
Yeah.
So when you have the Leafs brought in Ryan Reeves a couple summers ago because they wanted not just some snot, as Brad Marchand said, Brad Treliving, a different Brad. They wanted a bit of a culture change. They wanted a vibes guy, and Reeves was that. People love him. Every team he goes to, everybody loves the guy. If Reeves is gone and you want this culture to shift a little bit more, Marner gone, Tavares de-emphasized, to quote Ryan O'Reilly, you're basically trading off your core. Your core is now Morgan Riley, Austin Matthews, William Nylander, and probably Matthew Nyes when he signs.
For not $8 million.
If Marchand signs 7.5.
He's a good guy. I'm gonna go with $9.50.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.5. Let's say
he'd play for free if he could.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
So I think the thing with Marchand is, do you look at that contract as $2 million of that every year is just what we would have paid Reeves to be a culture shift? How do you look at this? I know you have to look at it in hard numbers.
Here's how you look at it. Marchand makes 8. That's how you look at it, right? I don't know, but if he just infects the team a little bit with a little bit of something, has he lost a game? Oh yeah, he has lost a game 7.
Mm-hmm.
Watch, he's just gonna stink here.
A pretty big one.
He's just gonna stink.
Yeah, he
here.
lost a big game 7, and it was a big part of the losing that game 7.
Yeah.
And he was also not good in that game.
Yeah.
I think for his final prank, he will be the worst Leaf ever for his
see it.
final prank.
It would be the most Leafs thing to ever happen.
It would.
Brad Marchand signs for $8 million, 3 years, and he comes here 5 goals.
Oh,
Injured for the playoffs.
oh no, Jesse!
Not
don't
even
do
like
that to
injured
me.
in the regular season, so like we get the LTIR.
Shaq Celtics
Injured.
Marchand.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
dude.
We're talking like Raptors signing someone way over the hill. Hakeem Olajuwon Raptors.
Oh, no!
That's what's going on here.
Hakeem was like 46 and nobody
Yeah,
knew.
this is what's happening.
Oh, Jesse.
no.
But he did play pretty well into his 40s. Maybe he can be Hakeem in his early 40s.
Big hurt on the
Steve, you
Jays.
nailed this. Steve, this is your greatest take of all
Oh,
time.
God. All right.
Marchand's coming to the Leafs, and he's gonna be awful.
Okay, 3 years with Toronto. Does he hit 50 points
No,
total?
no.
God, I'd still love to see him with Matthews, though, wouldn't you?
Stink up the joint. You want to see that? I
Could
don't.
you? I know that Nyes and Marshy play, I think, the same wing, do they not? But wouldn't it be cool if you could shift one of them and just
Yeah,
have
Nyes,
Marchand, Matthews?
Nyes and Marchand be competing.
The LFR title would be Mighty Might Snore. Oh,
What?
because remember he said,
Mighty
"Is
Might
that your
Roar."
Mighty Might
Yeah.
Roar?"
yeah.
Man.
The great thing
Sick
about
chirp.
Brad Marchand right now and his role in the Florida Panthers is he's the third line left.
I know.
You have
I
one
know.
of the most
Yes.
talented dudes in terms of just like the level he can get to mentally amongst NHL players, and he's only tasked with going out there on a third line and dominating. And he's done a great job in that role because they have such a deep forward group. The Leafs are asking him to play. You're asking him to play with Matthews.
Yeah.
It's a different task, and I don't know. I don't know if he fits on this roster, especially at $8 million.
Can anything fun
Here,
happen
I'm
this
just
summer?
texting our social lead, Justin Fisher. Can you please Photoshop Marchand's head onto my head on the Roar photo?
Why?
Well, because, what would Marchand look like in a Leaf jersey?
There you go.
We have a rendering.
Yeah,
yes.
fair.